Settings. It's my camera. I don't. Oh, there we are. Hello. Freaking A. Ah! There I am. I don't know, y'all. This is just going crazy. So, how do I invite my guest? Come on in. Oh, there it is. Let me see. I got it copied. Let me try and get it to her. Let me see. I appreciate you guys being patient because this is our first one. We're kicking this off, so we're doing our best to get it live. Oh man, she's gotta try and get on. Let me see. Tiffany. Come on in, girlfriend. Yay, Tiffany, come on in. Come on in. Hey, Jamie, how are you? This is our first time, and I'm messing with this new program, so I'm trying to get my girlfriend on. Come on, girl. It said two. Okay, let me call her. Let me just call her and see if I could get her on, because I don't know how to do this. I got to see. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what's going on. So we be trying. All right, we're just going to hold on. Thanks for being patient. Hey, Chantel. I know I told her to come on because she ain't doing nothing because she's sick. Tiffany.
So are we doing...
Are you on?
So we're doing the StreamYard? Or
yeah, both. I would rather you be on StreamYard if you can't be on Clubhouse. But
okay,
you
I'm
should...
doing it off of... Let me see.
Yeah, because
maybe I can pull one up from my laptop.
I'm all excited because we got people waiting, girl, in the audience.
Okay, let me pull up one from my laptop.
Yeah, and so what I do is the one from the laptop, use probably StreamYard, and then just mute the sound so you can't hear it, and then put your Clubhouse on speaker, and then I'll hear you through the computer on the live, and it won't echo. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to get on Clubhouse.
Okay.
But see, we're still ahead of schedule because, girl, we got a minute. So we're just breathing. I'm going to light a candle. I'm going to go ahead and set sacred space. Well, I'm waiting for you, Kay.
Okay.
All right, big hug. Woohoo! Girl, we're doing it. All right, you guys. So like I said, I'm going to get on Clubhouse really quick because, y'all, we got to get this. The more places I could get this, the less I have to resend it, redo it, So for those of you who aren't on Clubhouse, let me tell you how I got on this story while I'm getting on Clubhouse real quick. So one of my clients, she's a bigwig, and I met her out in Cancun on one of my trips one time, and I ended up getting a downloaded message for her, and I gave it to her, and ever since then we've been really good friends. And she's not only one of my clients, but she ended up blowing up, and she ended up starting her own network and just popping off, right? So, and when I met her this week again in Cancun, I was like, hey, y'all. Oh, there you are. I was already talking. Thanks for jumping in, Stephanie. Oh, Tiffany's already on. Girl, she hauled down the Clubhouse room. Yay, high five. I'm doing high five to you. Boom. So now we just got to get you on StreamYard. But, and let me get this so we could hear it on the Bluetooth. All right, sweet. All right, we're good now. Okay, so, she's like, I met all these people from Clubhouse. Do you know what that is? And I was like, no, I don't know what Clubhouse is. And she was like, oh, let me show you. And so while we're laying out there on the beach in our lovely side-by-side cabanas, because we're both in the elite VIP area, so she's tell me how to play with Clubhouse. And since then, it has been freaking on. I have just been having so much freaking fun, not only meeting these people, but I feel like I finally am really seeing in totality all that I've been creating for all of these years. So, hey, Clubhouse people, and hey, live people, This is Trey coming at you with some Trey talk, and I am an alternative health specialist. I am an internationally known medicine woman. How did I get that title? Because I got real broken. That's how I got that title. So while we're waiting for Tiffany, I'm going to light this candle. She's getting on StreamYard. She's already on Clubhouse, though. So woo woo. I'm going to light this candle because I always believe there she is. Oh my God. Yay. Okay, so I see you. I'm lighting the candle and I am creating this sacred circle. And I ask now that all the love, laughter, and joy come in so that we can, woo, girl, so that we bring forth the highest vibration of love, laughter, learning, and a nourishment for our mental body, our emotional body, our physical body. All of our bodies are going on. So I'm so excited. So y'all, that was a little bit of me. I am so greatly honored to introduce you guys to Tiffany. Tiffany, her and I met on Clubhouse. Oh my God. And it was like this. We were like mesh, zim zam. We was laughing, giggling already, and we're like, yeah. So I'm gonna hand the mic over to my sweet Tiffany.
Hi, how you doing? Well, thank you so much for having me. I am Tiffany. Most of my social media says Tiffany Renee, Tiffany Coleman. I am an online health and wellness coach for women entrepreneurs, and I'm also getting ready to open up a juice bar. So I just thought that this would be a good opportunity because we just meshed so well. So we're just gonna like have an open discussion about health and wellness, alternative health, becoming your best self, shifting to a more positive state. And yeah, like we're just gonna let whatever happens happen.
Woo!
We don't even really know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna go with the flow.
We're going for it, and we really are all about honoring and respecting. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, all right. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so we are all about honoring and respecting all peoples. So we are promptly ending by 1 o'clock because we really want to know that we want to keep it to an hour so that we can have some fun, because we know some of us are really working 9 to 5. Some of us haven't gotten to the point yet where we're free as a bird yet. And like me, who gets to just work from home and travel when I want and go live whenever I want and do my work from wherever I'm at. So y'all, you could create because I get paid to go wherever I want to go. I get paid to do whatever I want to do, and I live my best life all the time. So let me give you a short introduction about Trey. And we got Jamie on the live, and Chantel's coming in. We got some people on Facebook. So hey, girls. And so in 2010, I was paralyzed by a car accident, and they told me I wouldn't walk again without assistance. And I was like, gave them a double backflip to that. And I was like, I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe in that. So y'all, through relentless healing, I was like, I'm not subscribing to that. I'm not surrendering with what they told me, that I would never walk again without assistance. I did not like that. So on my journey to heal, I ran across countless healing modalities. And as I kept healing different aspects of myself, then I kept growing and healing. And then, me, I love teaching. And anybody who knows me, and like Jamie, I've known her since she was little, since she was in her teens, because she is my daughter's longtime friend. And we live down the street from each other and stuff. And so like I've seen people grow, and she's one who can account. I just love teaching people to the point where I'm like, get it, you got to do this because this is for your life. So y'all, my 3 tips, because what we're focusing on, right, is the 3, I'm giving you, like, we're doing 3 things that help you live your best life. So my 3 things is, first, find what you love, because if you don't love it, you are never gonna thrive and get the money, because really, spirit, universe, God has designed our lives so that we can only, like, when you move into that flow is when you're really going to expand. And the rest of the time, it's like we're in school. We're still learning. We're still getting some hard knocks. We're like, why isn't this working? I don't know. I should have had this by now. I learned this by now, right? So
yes.
when you are like, and this is the Tiffany and I talked about that, because you finally moved into what you love, right?
Yep.
And doesn't, it's like, oh my God. So, okay, y'all, you know what it's like, the stress of work or going to wherever. Well, y'all, guess what? It shifts when you move into living your best life or into your passion of what you love, because there's a different kind of pressure, I guess, or push, huh? It like helps you. So unlike the pressure of the job that you don't like, where you're like, oh my God, I gotta go to work. My throat hurts, right? I'm like, you guys put it in the chat. Yeah, no work. Put the big X. I was like, no, put in the X in the chat. Because if you know what I mean, just put yes. Because, you know, I used to feel like sick, and my daughter was like, Mom, do you realize that every morning before you go to work, you're fine, and every day when you come home, your head hurts, your throat, you're like, you're all sick. And I was like, I'm dying at this job. So I knew I had to get out of it. So one of the keys is find what you love. And then it's like, it will be so supported. And the support, the finances, the people, they'll come from nowhere, from everywhere, from unexpected places, right, Tiff? Just like you and I.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So God, okay. So while we're on here, you got to get on her IG, because it's Tiffany Renee Fitness, and yo, she has so many freaking tips, y'all. Because get this, because get this, I can work it, I can move it. She be doing this thing. I'm like, oh my God, my all body workout. One thing I was like, oh yes, I need it, because guess what? I am not in a wheelchair. I'm on my motorcycle. I'm dancing. I'm working it, because that's. I live my best life, right? So then one of my other tips is one of the signs to knowing that you're going towards what your passion is because you will feel the laughter. You'll feel the lightness, huh? When you start thinking about it, you get all bubbly, huh? Don't you think?
Yep.
And then that is your body validating for you that you're moving into the right direction. Because if you really take the time to just not breathe to live, like actually get some breathing going on, slow it down. I call it the threefold or fourfold breath, where you're just get a good inhale and you just hold it, and you get an extra long outhale or exhale. We're out in the hail. We're gonna out the hail, all right, you guys. And then, I like to hold again before I come back in, but some people like to just move right back into the in, whatever works for you, right? And then you start thinking about, what do I really want to do? What am I really good at? What really would excite me to do it and makes you feel giggly? So that's your sign, right? Love, laughter, and then like this is the learn, because I love John Lee's always like, if you take the L away from learn, what does it spell? Earn. So if you want to earn, guess what? You gotta learn, right? And so, and I told myself, I'll never freaking go to school again. Yo, I dropped out of school in freaking 3 months into my 9th grade year. Y'all, I'm a high sensitive. I got overstimulated. Nope. By first bell, all the clanging lockers, I was out the door. Oh, like, I'm all freaking fried already. So goodbye. This is enough for me. So, what I believe is that you could do anything, anyway, anyhow. I give so much love to people who could do that, because it's not in me to do that. So if you can, amen to you. But there is countless ways to get what you want. So please, once you figure out what you're excited about, get on Clubhouse. It's for freaking free, right? It is for freaking free. And we have collaborated. I have met so many people. I get to moderate in the abundance mastermind class with one of the co-founders of the app. I'm like, my life done blown up. I'm getting ready to go on TV. Woo! And guess who's coming with me? Because guess what? Tiffany is gonna be doing her little guest
That's gonna be
spot
so much fun.
on everyone. I know. And because you know what I was telling my best friend Manny Sky, who's going to be up in Ontario. I go, dude, Tiffany does all the things I don't want to do and need to learn. That food stuff and the exercise stuff. So I got the mental, the emotional, the, you
and
know.
I got on the physical side.
Amen. Because I'm like, I really need to learn how to eat better. So, girl, I'm handing this mic back over to you. And so you throw out your 3 things of how to get your best life.
Okay, 3 things. The first thing, I would say know yourself. Like, I love how you said, like, follow what you love, but to be able to even follow what you love, I feel like you have to know yourself. You have to know what you like, what you dislike, what makes you happy, like you said, what makes you upset, what makes you tick. So you really have to, be in tune with yourself and be very aware to even know, like, what path you want to take. So I feel like just knowing yourself, as well as like during the journey, I feel like I am always tested every single day. So like, you can either choose to like think into the negative thoughts and like saying that you can't have it and that you're not worthy of this, all those different things. But if you know yourself, you're like, okay, no, I know that I'm worthy of having this. I know I'm in here to serve people. I know I'm meant to do it in this capacity. So just knowing yourself, because you're going to be thrown a lot of stuff just because you know yourself and you know what you're supposed to be doing doesn't mean that you won't be tested and challenged in that. So yeah, for sure, just knowing yourself, that's my very most important one. The second would be trusting that everything works for you, because again, like on the journey, you're tested and you're thrown different curveballs. A lot of people think like when you find out what you love and you're doing what you love, it's just like from A to B, but it's really like a lot of zigzags, a lot of turns. You go through this door, it doesn't work out. You go through that door, this one may kind of work out, but it wasn't perfectly aligned. So you walk through another door. Like, it's just so many different things that you go through. So you just have to keep trusting that everything works out for you. The timing is always perfect.
Yes.
You're always in the perfect room. You're always meeting the perfect people. Like, you just really have to trust that. And I have kind of a testimony to that as of yesterday. So,
all right,
like I said,
lay it on me.
A juice bar. And yesterday I was with my aunt. She wanted to go to the farmer's market. Because I've been talking to her about let me make some juices for her because she's been in pain. And so we go to the farmer's market. We stop at the first thing to get the produce, and we started talking about getting food, and we're like, no, let's just go sit down, and then we'll just come back to this. So we sit down for a minute. I go back up to the stand to get the produce, and I needed ginger because she said she was in pain and the inflammation. So I'm like, I need ginger.
Yeah.
So I was able to get every other fruit and vegetable besides the ginger from that stand. So I'm like, okay, I'm not leaving without it. So I promise I have a point to this. So I go
you go, girl.
To the second stand. They don't have ginger. Then I go to the third stand. I'm like, okay, I really need this ginger. I'm not leaving without it. They have the ginger. Lo and behold, there's a lady standing next to me, and she's waiting on the owner of that stand to go get something for her. So it's just me and her standing there together. So she's eating tabbouleh, and we get to talking about the tabbouleh. I'm like, oh, okay, like that looks really good. Like, what are you eating? And she gets to talking, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she ends up being a lady that works at the bank that I applied for a loan to for my business.
Yeah.
And she gets to talk to me, and I was telling her who I was, and she was like, oh, wait, you're that girl that's opening up the juice bar, and I've been hearing about it for months. Like, weren't you approved for that loan? And I'm like, I've actually been waiting to hear that I'm approved for this loan. Like,
yes.
I don't have anything. I've been calling these people. They haven't said anything to me. I don't know what's happening. And she's like, I think you were approved. Like, let me just check. So she gives me her business card, and she says she'll get back to me, whatever. So that was just kind of like a testament to me to like just trust, like I'm always being led in the right spaces. When I've been stressed out about, wondering if I would get this loan, if I would be able to open my business, if this would all work out, like it's been working out. My name has been in rooms that I didn't even know. People are having conversations about me, and I didn't even know. Like, if people know that I'm approved before I knew I was approved. So it was just like, kind of like yesterday was a moment for me to just take a step back and just like know that I'm always being guided. Trust the process. Trust that even if you don't know, you do know.
Yes.
God is always working. The universe is always working for your best, and you never know how it's going to happen. Like this, I found out this from me needing ginger and me being so determined to get the ginger, and I just happened to be standing next to a lady that works at the
and you know what that
trying to get the
and
loan.
You know what that's
like,
also
you can't even make up stories like this, how like aligned it ends up being.
Yeah.
And, that's why I just said that was my second point, just like trust that everything really
and
works out.
A point to that is that you created that and you called it forward because you kept going, I want to know if this loan got approved. I want to know if this loan got approved. So it's like they got the message and gave it to you, even though it didn't come. And of course, my phone rings. Always, Clubhouse. Whenever you're on Clubhouse, your phone rings, even though it didn't ring all day long, right? So anyway, that is really what happens. And even though when it doesn't look like it's working out for you and it doesn't feel like it's working out for you, you really still gotta persevere, right? And perseverance got you what? It got you your root and your answer. So you go, girl. What happened? I lost you. Oh, the stupid phone. Sorry.
Lighthearted,
There it
I would
goes.
say just have fun. Like my, that you go through and the different challenges and different people you meet, and you may have some disappointing moments, but just have fun with it. Like, we're all here supposed to be experiencing this life and this journey, and it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be lighthearted. You're supposed to just like meet every person, meet every experience, every situation with just like being open to it, like whatever it's supposed to teach you. So like I would just say have fun, trust the process, and just see where life takes you. It's a journey. It's literally a journey.
Yes.
So those are the three things that I have. But I guess we can just continue the conversation very candidly. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep it going because this is so funny. So it is so crazy. So I was going to play this before as an intro, but we were having too much fun. So I just have to let you hear this because my granddaughter sent me this and I freaking love this song. Can you hear it?
No.
Let me see. Can you hear it now?
Are you playing it?
Oh, you know what? It's playing it from there. So, okay, so you can't hear it. So it's the song My Energy is Infinite. And I was like, oh my God. So it's from Germinelle, Geminelle. And it's just such an amazing song because she just keeps singing repeatedly that my energy's infinite and my energy's infinite. And she just keeps repeating it. My energy is infinite. My energy. Oh, shoot. And then, of course, Clubhouse just wiped out. So I got to get back on Clubhouse over here. You hold that. I lost it. Of course, I fell out of the room.
Oh, there you are.
But I'm back. You guys, see what happens when you're multi-streaming, multi-talented, and got all of this stuff going on?
Get it going. All places.
Yeah. So I just love that song. And I was like, of all people, my granddaughter, she's already 18 and she's graduating. She's my second 18-year-old because I have two. The oldest he came a couple months before her and they came like in pairs. So then my daughter and my son kept popping them out like as in little pairs. So I have 6. That's how I get the 6 grandkids, and I already have 2 great grandkids and they're so beautiful. What? I love them. Yes,
you
my
do not look like
I know. I know. I'm the best looking great grandma I ever know. Shoot. Yeah. And actually one of my little sweet baby, he's gonna come over, and girl, they named him Adonis. And I was like, Adonis. I said, do you know the energy that is going to come? First of all, just because, I believe that there's vibration in everything, and there's vibration in names, and especially if you're good, it's a real God, right? Because Adonis was a Greek god. So not only is he going to be wise and have that energy, but he's already going to think he's the boss because, that's how. And then it already runs in our families.
I love how deeply in tune you are. It's just, oh my God, it's so amazing.
It's so good. Thank you. And then he was born on Halloween. So, Halloween in I don't care what culture, it's when the portals open. right? I don't care if it's the like, you know, Spanish or Mexican cultures believe the I can't pronounce it right, the Dia de los Muertos, or I don't know, but the Night of the Dead, that's what they call the Halloween, and then All Hallows Spirits. Yeah, oh, you didn't see the little Disney cartoon? I think it's the Book of Life that it talks about it, but there's a couple of different. But I watch every Disney cartoon because I love. I'm a kid. Okay, I'm a Capricorn, y'all. So I don't know if you guys know about Capricorns, but we start off real old, right? We think we take life real freaking serious, right? In the beginning. And then the older we get, the younger we get, because the more we realize none of it freaking matters. And all of that stress don't matter. Oh my God. So it's so funny. So, okay, I'm having to take new pictures, right, for all of these things. Okay, you guys. So, TV show, Trey Talk, coming soon on Boss Ladies Network. Woo! We're going to keep blowing that up. So, we're so excited about that. But that is coming, and it's so crazy. So now they're like, okay, take all these new pictures, right? New pictures. And so I'm trying to take all my pictures without my glasses because they're like, oh, don't take your pictures with your glasses, right? And then so it's so crazy because, okay, those of you guys who have kids, I know, raise your hands, right? Those of you guys have kids, how many times that anytime you want to take their picture and then you tell them smile and then they do this weird like thing or like so like swear, right? I don't know how many of your friends like and you're like smile and then something happens like to their eyes or I don't know. So I'm over here trying to take these freaking pictures, right? And I'm doing all this. I'm changing my clothes, doing that. Like, guess who I have? I have my granddaughter, the youngest one, because I have custody of my 3 grandkids. So my baby, she's like 10 now, so she lives with me, and so I'm like, girl, go get Nana the hookup, y'all. Get Nana some clothes, get Nana some you know, accessories, all this, you know, so we could do some shoots, and then I could put some different backdrops. We'll take some pictures, you know. I need some photo shoots, right? Swear to God, every time she'd be like, smile, I'd be like, I could feel my lip doing the thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing the kid thing now. I'm like, it's me. No, it's me doing the these. And she was like, Nana, just don't try to smile so much. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I go, because then my lips go and cheek. I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I told my daughter, how did you get those really good shots of me before? And then I remember she just had me cracking up. And then I was just laughing. And then they were just taking it. But I did it. Yes. And then I did it. I wasn't even caring. Like, and then when she's like, smile, I was like, see, I freak out just like the kids and my face gets all this. So I don't know about you, girl, but okay, so we're really excited. Okay, so we were talking about, I want you to share more with the audience about your juice bar and why you chose, where you're going to put it and all that. Because y'all, this woman is out here for the people just like me.
Yes. Okay. So I've always been into juices since like middle school. My aunt had introduced me to it. I've played sports like my whole life, so I just naturally got into nutrition. Like I remember early on as a ballerina, we had a nutritionist come in like every once a week, and she would teach us about eating healthy and different things like that. So I've just naturally been into health, but I felt like I had a different level of it. Like, cause what kid do you know is like interested in eating like their fruits and vegetables? And like, I remember in high school, my mom would like give me a certain amount of money at the grocery store to be able to like go and explore like the whole foods, the organic foods, and like that whole section. And it's crazy because back then, and it wasn't that long ago, like 9 years ago, there was only like small sections in grocery stores for healthier food options. Now you see it everywhere. Now all types of restaurants are serving it, so it's a lot easier to find.
But and what kind of kid is looking for health foods? I'm like, you're killing me with you're killing me. I know. See, you are. See, okay, and you all don't know, but you know, I'm super intuitive, so I saw that she's always been a herbalist. So we got all kind of conversation going on the background. Let me tell you.
I would bring it to like my high school friends, like like come to classes with like Cliff bars and other granola bars and like pop chips, like everything. I would always bring this to my lunch table and let people try like healthier food options. Most of the time people did not like them, but I felt like these were all just like seeds planted for me to get to this point. So eventually, like I just had the idea, like I want to open up a juice bar. Like I've always wanted to. That was like my dream job. Like, and I got the job in college. Worked there for 3 days. Worked at a juice bar for 3 days, and I was kind of like crushed because that was like the job I wanted. I don't know why. I just wanted to blend food, but that was just something I wanted to do. But then, like I think once I started really finding myself and tuning into myself, that was like after I stopped like drinking and partying. Because when I got to college, I'm not gonna lie, for just being transparent, I was partying.
Yeah, for real.
Sunday, like just having fun. But once I really started to get more serious about who I wanted to be and just exploring who I was, I'm just like, yeah, I kind of stepped back from all of that and tuned into myself, and yeah, just like ignited my dreams again. And last year, an opportunity presented itself where I could start leasing the building for the juice bar. And it's crazy how I even got that building. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. So I probably don't know why I chose the juice bar in the area. But so I was getting my nails done with my cousin, and she was taking a little bit longer than I was. So I was like, I'm just gonna go wait in the car for you. And as I was walking out of the nail shop, the place next to that nail shop was for lease. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that'll be a great spot for a juice bar. And then literally like a year later, that is the space that I purchased to be the juice bar. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. I'm like, so really trusting the power of your words and speaking things into existence, because I was saying that and not even thinking I would be one. Like I did not think I would be the one to put that juice bar in that space, but I said that just like walking out of the nail shop, like, oh, that would be a nice place for a juice bar. And it ended up being that.
Yes.
But I chose it to be in my hometown of Flint, Michigan. A lot of people are like, why did you put that there? Because I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and looking at it from like just like a physical whatever perspective right now, it would be smarter to have put it in Atlanta because, you know, I can make more money. The return on investment would be quote unquote faster. But God specifically told me to put it here in Flint, that there's a certain calling here, that I needed to put it here. And so I just followed that. And I also wanted to, just from my experiences, there's not a lot of healthier food options in underserved communities, in low income communities, in Black and minority communities. So it was important for me to be able to be one of those people that offered that resource, because it's not just like when you go into suburbs or people who have more money, they have like the Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and all the different smoothie shops and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's not as fair to only have those opportunities for people in those communities, but that it's available to everyone. So that's part of my mission with this juice bar, is to make healthy food accessible to everyone, because everyone deserves it. And it just really helps you. Like I felt like I've noticed the change. I haven't eaten meat since 2015, and I also just completely changed my diet and how I fueled myself. And I realized how much more clarity I had, how much more like just in tune to nature and just the world that I was when I started drinking juices and smoothies and doing those things. So I feel like it could really heal communities, like having healthier food choices and feeling good every day and being more positive. Like I really think it goes deeper than just, you know, people coming in for a juice or a smoothie. It's really going to be healing them, and I can't wait to see, because like my community here, it's a lot of good things happening, but it's also still a lot of like crime and violence and people just like living every day, not knowing what comes next, living in this moment. But I hope that I can inspire my community to push for something greater and to reach their dreams, and to see that there's other places out there that are more positive, and even like making their own community more positive, you know, like, so you don't have to always move and leave. You can make where you're at better and have better things for the next generation, because that's who comes next, and that's what's important. So
and definitely. And people think that like you got to do things on a big scale, but you know, it starts little. It didn't start with you already having it. And all of you guys, I want you to hear this really good. It started with the idea that would be a fun thing for me, and that would be a good spot for me. And I'm all about that. I'm all about acting. So this is how I have created the law of attraction. I didn't know I was using the law of attraction my whole life, and this is how I've done it, by deciding that that's what's going to happen. Period. The end. Did it work out for me on all occasions? No, because part of us, you got to fail, because unless you're failing, you're never gonna succeed, because people who are the biggest successes have failed 100 times more than they've succeeded and don't stop. Right, Tiff? Just like Tiff, she was like, nope, I'm not stopping. Nope, I ain't stopping. And I kept, and it started weaving it. So just like this retreat. Oh my God, you guys, I just booked my first holistic retreat in Costa Rica for 2023 in July for all the amazing people who will be at the small. It's only going to be a really intimate group, and it is not it's at a wellness all-inclusive facility. So it's not a big old resort. It holds 40 maximum, but I'm capping it at 33 because I'm a 3-3. I love threes and I'm all about numbers. And either way, yes. And so I have a surprise guest that I ain't announcing, that's already been confirmed, that will be showing up later on. But you all, how did I start it? Because I was like, oh my God, I saw a post on Instagram from a travel agent lady, and she put like this amazing thing if you ever wanted to do a retreat. And some of you remember, I used to work the Indigenous circuit for years, right? So I am so familiar. How many of you guys saw me live stream stuff for years, right? Pre-COVID. You guys have been on my YouTube for a long, long time. You guys have followed me in countless different venues, drumming circles that I did live by streams. Like, you guys have been in to see all kinds of crazy stuff I do. So now it's time for me to finally get in front of the camera and get that going, right?
Long overdue.
Yes, way overdue. And so it's like, I see this lady reached out to me, and I'm like, yes. So what did I do? I went to my actual website, and I skimmed the picture and I saved it, and I built a page on my website, and I put retreat 2023 Costa Rica, and I put the place and I put the number, and I didn't post the page, but it was there. And then weeks later, coming to last Friday, signed the contracts, put the deposit, bam, created in my face.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and I go from being the back burner. I keep going the back burner B, because I used to be the back burner. Woo, not no more. I ain't no back burner no more. So I'm super excited.
That's right.
And that's what you just have to decide. You have to decide that you want something different, whatever it is.
I think too, something that I want to mention, this just came to my head. A lot of the times we all focus on like what's going wrong or what didn't happen, and not even realizing that you're manifesting more of that, because that's what you're focusing on. Like, that's how the universe responds. That's how God responds. Like, so if you're saying, like, let's just take relationships, for example. If you're saying, oh my God, like, I always have bad relationships, or people are so this, or people are so that, you don't even realize that you're subconsciously continuously manifesting that. So every person that you meet, no matter if it's Josh this day, Jake this day, Thomas this day, you're going to continue to have that and meet those type of people, because that's what you're putting out. So like, it's really important to focus on what you want, even if your reality is not like that. If I'm being honest, my reality is not where I see it at or what I want it to be, but I don't focus on that. I focus on where I do want it to be, so that I am attracting that and the opportunities are coming. Like, what I'm experiencing right now in the physical is just things that I've already manifested from previous ways that I was thinking, or, things like that. So now I have the choice to, like, okay, I'm in this moment. I may not have all the money that I want. I may not be in the space that I want, but I'm continuously speaking that and focusing on what I do want more than what I don't want or what I don't have, so that it comes, if that makes sense. So I think that's something that people really, really need to know. Like, don't speak what you don't want to see or what you didn't like, because you're going to continue to have that.
Exactly.
That's where your energy's going.
And that's where people don't realize the power of repeatedly saying the things you don't want. Like,
Yeah.
oh, when we go, I better not get that cranky waitress. And well, you
And you're not gonna
already
cranky
said
waitress.
yes, and so catch these things and correct them, and because see, I'm a reverse person. I'm a person who only knew what she didn't want. I knew what I didn't want, and I worked that circuit for so long and wondered why my and I keep going, it's like the cleanup. So every time you have a thought or speak those words, it's a boomerang you throw out there. So those boomerangs are still coming back. That's why you're still experiencing not the full reflection of the amazingness that you want, because there's still those boomerangs that are cleaning up. And the great thing is when you start gaining awareness to the fact that you're speaking on things that you don't want to have happen, it's way easier then to take it and start asking for what you want. And I didn't know. So shit, I'm telling real talk here. Countless times I didn't know what the opposite was. I just knew I didn't like being disrespected or whatever, right? So then I literally Googled what's the opposite of that. And then I started getting a list because I didn't know. So just because you don't have the answer doesn't mean it's not there. We all got a freaking phone. You're on the dang live right now. Use it for your good. Don't just Google the dumb stuff about your favorite actor and oh yeah, because I love me some Chata Channing Tatum. I love Chata, man. And so, yes, I want to know about his life too, but I want to know more about my life and how I'm contributing, because then I'm focused on, like you, on the people I'm going to help. And we had talked about the fact that even herbs, people don't just because you don't know doesn't mean it hasn't been happening this whole time, that they have physical documentation of the benefits of herbs already, right? Of certain herbs, just like Tiffany was explaining about how there's inflammation that can be reduced with certain foods, and it helps with, there's stuff with everything, diabetes, everything, right? Because I know all about this, all about healing anything that's out there. But what most of you guys don't realize, that those herbs can also heal emotional and mental stuff that is stuck in your physical being on a cellular level from those moments of impact that you had. And this is Tiffany. I was like, girl, you're going to make some amazing shakes, because you're going to understand this and your juices and your things, because you will infuse them, because she's going to learn even more. She's like the holistic energy worker. So she understands and subscribes to the energetic fact and realizes that this is what she sees shift. And this is what happens when you get excited about your life, not excited about watching other people's lives. Because as long as you're on there watching your freaking soap opera, or as long as you're wasting your time playing your games on your phone, you are playing somebody else's life and wondering why your life ain't developing. Well, because you're so, like my grandson, that was him, all stuck like this, the phone. And I'm like, you're missing your sweet little 1-year-old baby's life, because you got a phone in front of your face. You said you wanted that, baby, right? We have to choose our best lives, because it ain't just gonna suddenly become easy, right? It ain't.
I think what makes it, why people don't strive as hard for what they want, is because I feel like we have fears. Most of us have fears. Like, it's easier to believe in like what's happening in life right now, rather than to use your energy to, like, I really want this, and just scared of the disappointment if it doesn't happen or something. So I feel like I've been noticing, I feel like that's why people don't go full force into what they want, or they kind of hesitate, or they may occupy their time with, like, different things like that. Because it's easier, much easier to not acknowledge the different things that you have going on inside of you, and taking accountability to fix that, and putting your life in your hands. Like, that's why I wanted to honestly become an entrepreneur, because my life is in my hands. Like, I take full responsibility for when I'm wrong, for when I'm right, for when I acted this way, for when I acted that way. Like, and I don't feel like that accountability is there for most people in the world. So that's
Yeah.
why a lot of us settle for whatever life gives us, or
Mm-hmm.
to take the easier road out.
Exactly. And y'all, okay, so follow you on Clubhouse. My lovely little niece is over there. Hey, Nan, my little Nana. I'm so supported by life and my family. I love you so much. And yeah, her and her daughter's getting ready to graduate too. My little niece, her and my granddaughter are like little pea in the pod cousins. They both are super intuitive, super smart. So we are just sending them so much for graduating, even during COVID, and didn't even get to have prom and all these things. Why? Because COVID. But they chose to thrive and get their life on. So we are resetting this room. This is beyond a 4-body awareness, because what we want to do in this room is help everyone realize that we can get, all of us, anyone can get their own best life when we take the time to gain awareness of what Tiffany was just talking about. And in my perception, I'm going to sum up her words. When you heal the traumas that hold you back from believing that you're worthy to receive your best life, that you have something to contribute to the world, that the world is waiting for what you have to contribute, for your information, not nobody else's, then when you heal that stuff, and when you heal your body, just like I did from the paralysis, and when you feed it the things that it needs, then you can begin to be the person that you look up to. Then you become to be the person that other people look up to, right? Then you become manifesting your best life. So we've been sharing the 3 things that will really help you get your life. And my 3 things were: find what you love, and then let your body tell you and validate by the laughter and the joy that it will feel when you start going down that path, right? And then to take the L off of earn, learn, then you will earn. When you learn, those are my 3 L's today: love, laugh, and learn, so that you can earn your best life and decide that you're worthy. Do the healing. Tips over here. This is Tiffany, y'all. If you're new to the room, this is Tiffany. She's my girl. She's going to be hooking up on my Trey Talk show. We are loving this room. So you guys share the room, ping people in, do all those fun things. We got a few good wrap up before. So Tiff's going to wrap up her 3 points so that we can bring this back to topic, because we talked about funny faces and all kinds of crazy stuff. And for those of you who missed it, I was having some serious issues trying to take pictures, and my face did weird stuff. And so, yeah, we've had some funny talk. So, girl, Tiffany, you wrap up. You tell these people what your benefit, or
my 3. Okay.
Yeah.
My 3 one more time is knowing yourself, trusting that everything works out for you, and having fun with it. Because just because you know what you're supposed to do and you start following that journey, you're going to be faced with a lot of opposition. You're going to be faced with challenges. That challenge, like, is this really what you want to do? And you have to really stand in your power, stand in knowing that what's for you is what's for you. The people that you need, the opportunities that you need, the money that you need, everything that will make that journey successful will find its way to you. So just have fun. Have fun with it, for sure. Like, I feel like I'm just now really
just
accepting
starting
that, because for the first few years of me starting to, personal train and really accept my calling, I was just super stressed out, still worrying, and I still do it sometimes. Like, I still catch myself being anxious about stuff or wanting to control, because I'm just human. But I can now quickly pull myself back into the relaxation and being calm, and like, calm the F down, like, it's working out for you, woosah. But it wasn't as easy before. But I think, like I said, as I got to know myself more, and as I continue to spend more time with myself and speak what I want my life to be, it becomes a lot easier. So that's all I have to say.
Totally. And so let me jump in on that, because let me tell you my perspective of what happens. Because really, you all, on a cellular level. It all is energy. It's a quantum physics fact. All is energy. So on a cellular level, when you are attempting to learn something new and implement it, it forces an evolution that goes through your mental body to learn, your emotional body to solidify how this is making you feel, because it's making you feel a little bit of fear. It's making you feel a little bit of excitement. It may be feeling a little bit of overwhelm. It may be feeling, but all of these feelings come from past emotions that are being stored in your emotional body from all of your moments of impact. Whenever anybody told you you couldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you wouldn't do that, you'd be a drain on society, blah, 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 whatever, right? So then all of this is saying, no, stay here in the comfort zone. Nothing ever grows here. Stay in the comfort zone. Nothing ever grows here because it is more comfortable to stay with the feelings and the awarenesses that I have. So your body is going, just like a nicotine withdrawal or a drug addiction withdrawal. It is saying, please don't stop being in fear. Don't evolve. Don't learn more. Don't grow because it feels uncomfortable. You are stretching my cellular structure to evolve into something that it does not understand. It does not know what's happening. It doesn't know what's going to happen next, right? All of this unknowing, but it is forcing this. And so just know that this discomfort is normal. It is completely normal. And then just remind yourself, we got this. It's okay. Just like when we had to graduate from first grade to second grade, when we had to go from junior high school to middle to high school, and we're, oh my God, new teachers. Oh, I don't want to. No, but you do want to. You do want to. And then that, and just to help yourself, remind yourself that that discomfort is a real feeling coming from a real place within your cellular structure because you're evolving. You are changing. You are going into uncharted territory. And it's a beautiful thing.
One more thing I wanted to add about that. This is the last thing.
No,
so they say that it takes 21 days to form a new habit and almost 66 days for that behavior to become automatic. So just know that, give yourself time. And like you were saying, like you're going through all of these changes and the fears coming up, everything is like coming to the surface. So you may be feeling it and experiencing it way more than what you usually do. But just know that this is part of like the process of how a new thought is formed, how a new behavior is formed. So within a couple months, you should be able to start fully living in what you want if you stick to it every single day. Those new thoughts and those new behaviors. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, exactly. And then get excited about it, because the thing is that the more you implement it, the more you practice it, the easier it gets. Every single day it gets easier. And you all, I don't know how many of you guys saw when I used to go, when I first started playing this game, I was like, oh yeah, I'm living my best life. Yeah, this is my freaking best life. Yeah. I was sarcastic as hell. I was like, when I was still cleaning up them boomerangs, hell yeah. I was like, yeah. But I chose to change my verbiage to words that served my highest and greatest good. Even if I wasn't fully believing it, even if I wasn't fully seeing it, I still started saying, yep. And then later, now I'm like, yeah, I'm living my freaking best life. Yo, I don't have to play it. It doesn't hurt me to say it. Yo, it used to hurt me because and I didn't believe or trust that I was worthy to receive, because I'm damaged goods. I had parents that messed me up. I had cousins that messed me up. I had teachers, siblings, all kind of people helped build the powerhouse that is right here, because I've chosen to heal and gain the wisdom from each moment of impact, because I believe that we're all here to do that. We all came to say, I'm going to overcome all of these circumstances so that my soul gets to evolve too and heal and stretch so that I can be the best person that I can be in this lifetime. Like Oprah always says, when you know better, you do better, hopefully. Yep. And if not, you're never going to experience anything different. You get to choose. You could come over here and join us.
Come over here, more than enough room.
We got room for you, y'all. We can't wait for you. We're sending you so much big hugs. All right. So we got about 8 minutes before we shut down this lovely space. So we have Jamie over here commenting all up and down. She was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so good. Lovely ladies. And she said, you are fabulous. We got all kinds of hearts and little celebration hat blowing. And so I gave her lots of stars. She's like, woo woo, love this. So yep, we thank you guys. Yes, thank you guys so much, because we're all about laughing and learning, because you know what? Life's already jacking us all up. Y'all, life's smacking us all in the face, whether we like it or not. So if you move into people who are supporting a different thought, give yourself permission to just lean into it. Mm-hmm. What do you got to lose? What do you have to lose?
And even with the bad things too, this just came to me. Again, it's all serving your highest good. So for example, I can take my own experience of like relationships. I feel like I can either look at it and be like, oh my gosh, why have every guy I've wanted have not really wanted to commit to me? Why have they all been playing games, it feels like, and then they end up in a relationship in a few months, like looking at like, is there something wrong with me? You know, something like that. I could easily do that. But I choose that to look at it and be like, no, this is all just preparing me for the guy that I really want, and everything that I took from these people. Okay, now I know that I want a guy that's peaceful. Okay, now that I know that I want a guy that takes me on dates and remembers the small things. Okay, now I know that I want a guy that values going on vacations, because I want to see the world and I want him to be able to like. So just like every single situation from each guy, I've taken the positive out of it, and it's really built like what I'm looking for, so I know what to attract. Like, because before I was just like shooting in the dark, not knowing what I really wanted or what would be good for me. But now that I know myself and I know better what to look for, and I trust that God will bring that person for me. But there were I could easily, like I said, I could easily be like all this and that about the previous people, but I choose to see it as like everything is adding up for the good. Everything it has taught me to have boundaries. It has taught me to openly communicate what I really do want from people. It has taught me to love myself first, because if I don't love myself, how can someone love you, or how should you even know how they should love you? So it's just like all these different things that all of those guys have taught me, and I can use that for anything, like friendships, knowing how I want my friendships to be and what boundaries to have, how I want my family to treat me, how I want my work environment for the people that work for me now. Like if I wouldn't have worked all these different jobs and not have liked the way they treated me or liked the different rules that they had, I wouldn't be able to create this awesome environment for my employees, and they just love working for me, and they go on to wherever they go in their career after and be like, wow, Tiffany and her juice bar set an amazing bar, an amazing standard for what I want from a job. So this is what I look for now. So it's like everything has added up to be where I'm at now, and to honor the boundaries that I have now and honor the person I am now. So I really know, and I'm very, very clear on what I want, because I was given so much of what I didn't want. And I'm a person that learns through experience, and God knows that. So I had to go through all these different things to really be clear on what it was that I wanted.
Exactly. And you know, I was just, so for me, I call it life standards. All of those initiations, and I call it always like everything, I consider it like going to the buffet, right? And so it doesn't matter, every experience, whether it's a work with your boss, family, you know, anything, it's like you are going to this buffet of knowledge. And so you, as you're at this buffet, you're having these experiences because you're supposed to be doing something, right? To gain this. And then, so you sample some things and you're like, no, I didn't like that. No, I know I will never eat that again. Oh my God, that smells horrific, whatever, right? It's the same thing with these interactions, and these interactions help us to gain what I call life standards. And this, I help people to gain clarity in their life around the standards that they want to hold. And so many people, they don't even have no standards. They don't got no standards, girl. They don't got no standards. So for me, I don't care what title you hold. And it's like Iyanla Fix My Life. Loved her. Oh my God. If you want to really start getting some healing, you start watching that whole series, Iyanla Fix My Life, because what she helps you to see is the patterns within your family, which are affecting how you do stuff, and then you get your life. And one of the things she said is if you removed the title, would you allow them to treat you that way? Just saying. Okay, remove that freaking auntie, mom, grandma, boss. I don't care. Remove the title and ask yourself, would you allow them to treat you that way? And if your answer is no, well, then you need to start setting up some standards, right? Because that's how I started. And from there, I built upon each one. Just like Tiffany said, next experience, I added to my list. And I'm recently divorced after 30 some years. So I haven't even had to think about dating or this man buffet for a while. So me and a couple of my friends, I'm like, yo, you guys are farther in this circle than me, because I believe we're always in circles. And some people have been in different circles. We've all are going in circles and multiple circles. But you know, once you get halfway through this circle of learning, then you got to teach it, right? So then you got to start teaching other people how to do this. So then I started going, yo, let's get some life standards. Let's teach people how to say, in my life, the people are trustworthy, of integrity, supportive, kind, wah, wah, wah. And unless you can say it that clearly, that quickly, that confidently, then you ain't there yet. And this is where you can start working, is just start, like, again, what's opposite of that? What is opposite? Oh my gosh, we've killed our time. So you guys, we are going to honor you. We're going to hop off now. Tiff, I love you, girl. We'll
I
see
love you too. Thank you for this opportunity.
next Wednesday. We will have a new topic. We might be in Tiff's clubhouse room. I don't know what clubhouse room we're going to be in, but be looking for TNT, because we are thebomb.com. We're going to be coming at you all over. So sending you so much love, you guys. Just start giving yourself permission to love yourself a little bit more. Give yourself permission to start shifting one thing. One thing. Don't overwhelm yourself, because then the next thing will come all by itself.
Yep.
All right. Signing off, y'all. Clubhouse people,
Bye.
love you. Facebook.
Love you too.
YouTube.
That's awesome.